Hello, Scott Austin here from Jade Puma. In this video, I'm going to walk through the marketing website for ZEISS Canada. Right now, I'm in the back end, logged into the Shopify admin, and I'm going to click on the online store, open that up. So when you first go to the store, if you're not logged in, you don't see anything but this, the login screen. So no matter what page they land on, if they're not logged in, they're just going to see a login screen. So I'm going to log in with an account. And we're in. And what we're doing on the back end, let me go to the customers. And here, we're tagging the accounts as partners so that to authorize them. So they have to have an account. And they have to be tagged as partner. And there's no sign-up form back here. Let's log me back out again on the front end. If we log out, there's no sign-up form here because these are already customers of yours. So you're going to be sending them account invites instead of having a sign-up form here. So I'm going to log in again. And the homepage is really simple. You know, we got a banner there, promotions for a couple of the different collections, popular now. Nothing too elaborate there. We also have very little in the way of evergreen content. There's an About Us page, which we could even get rid of. I think it's kind of not necessary in this case. But what we do need, that's why I've still got this page here, it would be nice to have an About the Program page. So one of the things I'll be asking for is content around that. We also got a Contact Us page. We can also in the footer, if you want, have links back to the main site, whatever the main site or sites is in this case. But if there's, want to link back to things outside of this site, we can totally do that. So most of the site is dedicated to the shopping experience. We've got the main collections across the top of marketing. And if you click on any one of these, it takes you to kind of a landing page that gives you, more choices. So you can see there in the marketing one, all these collections underneath are also listed in this landing page. And then they can also click on the see all link and see everything that's in that collection too. So we've got that for marketing. We've got it for vision technology systems. That one goes straight to a collection page because there's not a lot of products. We got digital marketing, which has the video and the social media assets in them. And then we've got cash redemption, where they can trade in their points for cash. So let's walk through end-to-end purchasing of something. Let's first do the digital one, because that's a little bit interesting. They're all a little bit interesting because we're doing some interesting things here. What we're doing for the digital marketing is, because they're free assets, we are allowing them, and even if they weren't free, we could do this also, we're having them download them directly. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm just going to pick one of these products and add it to my cart. You notice we have language toggles for English and French. We're showing the video for them if they were available on YouTube. So I'm going to take the English, add it to the cart. And we also, for a lot of the website, including the digital assets, we've taken the quantity box out. In the digital assets, they don't need to order more than one, digital copy, because they can just copy it themselves, kind of thing. So you see, there's no quantity here, and a lot of our products are that way also because of the way that they're being sold or redeemed by points. So in the cart, we also have removed any quantity box and instead have this remove from cart link, and we also have a clear cart link added in. But regardless, we're going to now purchase this product. We're going to check out. So the checkout process, notice our domain up here is partnerprogram.zeiss.ca. And when we go to checkout, what's going to happen is we're actually going to go to the cashier.boldcommerce website. So I haven't branded this fully yet. You can see I got the colors for the apply in, or for the buttons, but I have to do some more CSS work on this page and put a logo in here and such, and I'll get that up to date soon. But the point here is we're now in the bold checkout process. which we have to use the bold checkout process to redeem points. Now, I'm not redeeming points in this case because this product is free, but we're still walking through that bold checkout process. And that's actually interesting because I don't know what's going to happen next. Normally what happens when I check out with digital objects, well, we'll see. This is going to be a learning experience for me. I won't try to hypothesize. So shipping method, pay with points. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, that's kind of a clunky experience. So what I want to see is, okay. So what I'm going to do right now is, I didn't get what I expected to have happen because I had never checked out. I just set up cashier tonight and I hadn't checked out with cashier. So I'm going to have to figure some things out, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Not the thing I have to figure out, but the desired experience. I'm going to go into the apps, and I'm going to go into bold cashier, and I'm just going to disable that, which I think I can do in a quick click here. Maybe under settings. Turn cashier off. So I'm just going to turn it off for a minute. I'm going to turn it back on to show you the rest of the stuff. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to go back to the front end of the website, and I'm going to click this link here to get there. Close out that tab. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to order a different video, and I want to show you what that experience looks like. So actually, let's just go to, instead of a video, let's go to a social media asset, which is just digital stuff also. I'm going to click on one of them. Notice this page is confusing because the image has lots of text in it. It's really unclear what's image and what's text kind of thing. But that can easily be changed by updating the text. So I'm going to add this product to the cart. And I'm going to check out. Now this time we're still on partnerprogram.zeiss.ca up here for our URL. I'm going to click checkout. And if all goes well, I'm going to go through the Shopify checkout process. And we're still in the Shopify checkout process, which I can tell by the formatting, but I can also tell it because we're still on the partnerprogram.zeiss.ca. So now if I walk through this checkout process, I'm going to continue the payment. I'm going to pay now. There's no payment necessary, so it's free. And then what happens is the Shopify checkout process with the app that we're using for digital downloads, you can see it right here, right now. It says preparing your downloads, and it actually does take a few minutes for that to pop up. So I'm going to leave that there and let it do its thing. But there'll be a link there in a moment that I can download that asset from. And then it also will send me an email with the digital asset. Now, what I want to see is if I go back to my emails. Oh, okay. So it looks to me like the bold checkout process sent me the email. What it didn't do was give me the download link. So we may just go back to the way it was a second ago and keep it that way since the digital downloads email is working. So that's the way I'm going to set it up because I didn't know how I was going to do it with the two different checkout experiences. I'm going to have everything go through the bold, what's called cashier checkout process, and then the customer won't get the link right when they're downloading. There's my link now, right? So it says I can download now. They won't get that in their checkout, but what they will get is they'll get that email like you see here where they can download their assets. So I'll take care of that and get that working back the way it was. So what I'm going to do for the rest of this demo is I'm going to turn cashier back on. Cashier is needed to redeem points. Okay, so that is on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our shopping experience. Now with the bold loyalty app, so we're using 3 different bold apps. One is called loyalty, which is keeping track of our points. Another one is called Cashier, which is the checkout process using points. And another one is called Bold Product Options, which we're using for uploading files. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go into marketing. And I want to come up with one of the, I think it's the posters I want to show you because it does the file upload also. So here we have the list of the posters on a collection page, and they can filter on what they want to. I'm just going to pick one of them. There's a bunch of product options in there for size and format and language. And also, they can put in their practices logo. So we have this choose file, which is the bold product options functionality. So I can choose a file, and I'm just going to pick, one of the ZEISS logos here. Let's pick a small one, add that to it. And then, as I change the selections here, notice the price here also gets updated appropriately. So let's just say I want a foam mounted 2x3 English, add that to the cart. And of course, customers can go back and continue shopping if they want to. But let's now check out. And you can see my product options are listed here. And I check out. And notice, again, I'm in the bold URL because we turned Cashier back on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of my addresses. I have the ZEISS address plugged in, so I have a Canadian address that it can ship to. And notice right now there's no shipping calculated yet. But what's going to happen is I'm going to continue to my shipping method. It's automatically going to see there's only one shipping method. It applied the shipping cost in there. I need updated shipping tables, which will come in an email from me asking you for that. And then I'm working on getting this payment method thing removed, because this is where if we were processing credit cards, they could say, oh, I want to pay with my Visa or my MasterCard, where all we want to do is have them pay with points. So they click pay with points, and then they apply that to their cart. So if you notice right here under the payments thing, there's 0 listed at the moment. I apply that to my cart, and now I can see there's a payment of $108.42, and the amount remaining is 0. What the Cashier app also allows us to do if we wanted to is they could do a partial payment with points and pay the rest of the balance with credit cards if they wanted to. We don't have that enabled because we're not processing credit cards in Cashier, but we could do that if we wanted to. So here the customer can see the price for the product, the taxes, the shipping, and you'll have to let me know if we need to be charging taxes or not. Let me actually take a note on that. I'm on a different screen over here. Taking a note on, are we charging taxes? Okay, so I applied that to the cart. Now I'm going to complete the order, and it's processed it. So now we've got this order that's been done. Let's go back into the Shopify admin under orders. And you can see in the time that we've been sitting here, we've done orders 6, 7, and 8. And 8 was the one we just did. So you can process the order here in the Shopify admin. It has all the information now. One of the things I am wondering is, where is the, and I'm taking another note for this, where is the logo upload? Where's the logo upload stored? Because I uploaded a logo. I don't see where that is here in this order. So I'll figure that out and let you know how that's going to work. So here we can process the order and do whatever we're going to do to it. So the next thing I'm going to show you now is, let's go back to the store. And we've already shown you digital. We've shown you marketing. The vision system works fairly similar. Only thing different on these is the prices are much higher, but we also allow a quantity on these products, so they could order a quantity. On some of the other marketing products, it's going to take me a minute maybe to find one. Oh, I think this one has it, where they're allowed to select a quantity of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but that's not a quantity box, right? They can't put in 7, 8, 9, or 10. It's just we're actually doing it through variance, and we just change the price of the variant for the right number of quantity. So that's how we're handling quantity where the business rule was to control and not allow them to order too many. So that's how we're doing that. So let's go back to cash redemption. Here, we probably need a better description of what's going on, but they can just say, well, I want to redeem 900 points for cash. They add it to the cart. And now this is just another product. The way I've set it up in Shopify, it's just another product. It's $1 per product. So if they're buying, 900 of them, it's going to cost them $900, which is actually 900 points. But then we'll go through the checkout process. We'll pay for that with points. I'm going to select an address here, even though this one doesn't require shipping, so no shipping price will show up. Pay with points, apply to cart, balance is 0, complete order, and now I've bought $900 redeemed points, and for you, or cash redemption is called. What you'll have to do on the processing side of that is when you get that order in, you'll see that your customer ordered a cash redemption of 900. So then you'll go 900 times 70 cents equals, I don't know, $720 or whatever it is. And you'll cut them a check for that $720 and send that off to them. So the other thing I want to show you on the front end, we've done each of the different product types, is in bold, the way it works is that it has this little balance, this account status thing. I really wish I could put it on the account page. I don't think I can. I'm actually working with customer support right now to finalize, can I actually control this little pop-up and put it on the account page? But I don't think we're going to be able to. I think we're going to be stuck with this kind of experience. And it says you have, 790 points kind of thing. So they can see their balance there. There's other text that goes in here for things like how you earn points and rewards. We're not using earning of points or rewards and that kind of stuff. So I want to see how I can remove these from this pop-up right now. I don't have control over this code. This is coming straight from the Bold server, so I'm working with them to try to figure out what we can control and change on that. So I think that's what I wanted to show you on the front end. And then on the back end, we're going to go into apps first. Like I said, we had 3 Bold apps. We got Bold Cashier, Bold Loyalty Points, Bold Product Options. We've talked about them. Digital Downloads is the app that we're using to do when they purchase a video, even though it's for free, when they add a video to their cart or the other digital assets of the banner ads and stuff. This is where that's all stored. So I've actually uploaded that content in those digital files, and this is where they can be downloaded from. Or this is the app that downloads it for the customers and gives them that capability. This is a nice little simple app built by Shopify. And the other app we have is the photo resize one, which I always do to make product photo square to make things lay out better. So now let's go into the Loyalty Points app. So the way I'm doing it, I'm going to bring up a folder here, ZEISS Canada, ZEISS Partner Program. What I'm looking for is I imported a file with points value. So the way we're going to do it, and I'm not finding it right now, so give me a second. Maybe it's at a higher level. I don't know where it is. We'll see here in a second. So the way that we're going to do points is if I go to somewhere in here, I can add points balances. So here we go, import and export. So you can see for me, I have spent over 1,200 points testing stuff out, and I have a balance of 790. Alex, I gave you a balance of 1,000 points. We can easily add and subtract points, and the way we're going to do that is by importing. So to import, we've got to choose a file, and this is to set balance or adjust balance, and there's different CSVs that we do to do that. I was hoping that this would have remembered the last time I did it. It doesn't. It doesn't even show me just CSV. So I've done it before. I don't have to figure out how I did it again. But we can also do an export so we can see what the format is. But how we're going to do it is we're going to get from whatever system you have that is determining how many points each of your customers has earned. We'll come up with a CSV file from that system. And that CSV file is going to tell us things like email address, name, and points balance. And we're going to import that in to Shopify. And for some people, like I already have a points balance, and you can see somewhere here, or the adjustment. I've added points a couple times to see how that works. Does it overwrite it? Does it add it to it? And it just adds it to it kind of nicely. So we'll be adding balances to people. But then we're going to have to do, after we do a points import, there'll be new customers listed. So let me just show you what I mean by that. If we go to the customers section, you can see for me, I have an account created already. And for another customer, let's just see, Alex, if you've done it. You have an account already. And Kaylee does not have an account already, but one has been sent. And I'll explain the status of these different things. Yeah, so here's another test one I was using with my company that created the customer record, but it has no account, right? And I can see that right over here, right? So in the customers tab, in the customers section, I call these customer records. And the records can have two different states: has account or does not have an account. Only the customer can turn their record into an account. The only difference between them is the customer has added a password. And we're not allowed to, as store admins, to add or change passwords for customers. So only customers can do that. So when we import a new set of customers and their points balance in our CSV, what we're going to do is we're going to have to go through and look at who do we need to send off account invites to. And what we can do is we can set a filter of account status, select a value, not invited. I'm going to add that filter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this search as needs account. Save it there. So now I can easily just, click on this needs account. So we import a bunch of people. Then we'll go to this tab and say who needs an account. We'll click on them, and then we'll send them off an account invite. And an account invite, we can put in some messaging here for what we want that to look like. We can also edit the customer account activation email template, and I'm going to take a note for that down so that we can edit that one. So what we'll have is we'll have the customer account, and I'll actually show you if we review this email right now. There's some standard text that shows up in this template, and it's not letting me scroll, but we'll be able to edit that so that you don't have to edit the copy every single time. We'll set it up so you can just quickly, send these off to customers. And that way you'll, be able to allow new customers who have earned a points balance and now have that enabled on the platform, send them off the account invite, letting them know that, hey, click here to create your account and see your point status and redeem your points and all that good stuff. So that's how we're going to be managing that. I want to see if there's anything else I wanted to show you. I don't think there is. This is a pretty basic site, except for the points functionality we've added in there. So I think I'm going to close out the video for now. I've got a few to-do items that I'll be adding to my list, and we'll be knocking them out. Thanks for listening.